think Ro1z is going to set himself up quite nicely on the inside of the map towards 5, and will play Shaq to his best ability now.
Yeah, opting out to run Shaq here at the very start here. Has brought Finesse alongside Light as usual. Gets his check spots correct, but opting for the good drop and not playing for the window here using Light. And Pedro doesn't want to give him the good drop. Vaults over with Bam and breaks it on the bad side for Ro1z here. Ro1z is still playing incredibly with his check spot here, spotting Pedro, double backing back onto the window side here, but it does catches him off guard with the timing a bit. I'm not too sure if he makes this rock pallet. He does, but goes for the green, and Pedro, just respecting the pallet, walks right through it like a tank here, and Ro1z is taking his first injury at 40 seconds here. Not a good start for Ro1z here, but he does have a jungle gym and a pallet gym here to deal with here, but he's going to have to waste his light already on this position. Pedro playing for the mind games right here. Obviously not going to work on Ro1z even on ping here. Ro1z is able to make it back onto the jungle gym here, but Pedro vaulting back, not allowing him to do so. But as we speak, I think we might be cutting chase right here, as Ro1z has another jungle gym up on top mid tier sheep. I mean, what a good RNG he has.
Yeah, that's an incredible set of tiles to have chaining together. Of course, we did have 3 windows connected from 8 to 9 as well, which would have been very, very good on low ping, but with the amount of ping involved, having those 3 connecting windows isn't as safe. Getting to shift tech them to prevent them from blocking isn't as easy, and Ro1z win if Pedro has a similar performance, but we do see him heading around the water tower. This is a pretty safe path, gives you access back to your mid-map and Shaq if you so choose, but Austin, minute 33 to beat. He does have some decent RNG to do it. Do we think it's going to go the way of Pedro?
I mean, with how he's been playing today, especially after the first Trapper set, I mean, I would say so. Maybe he was just warming up today as he has woken up on that Trapper set, and we'll have to see what he can do for this specific Trapper set. Getting the light off Shaq here and routing back here to get the good drop here back onto the mid-map here. Has a God pallet, I mean a pallet gym right here onto mid-map, allowing him to safely make it back onto the top here, but has to play this on ping, and almost gets that timing on Ro1z here. And unfortunate for Ro1z not getting that hit, and Pedro is gonna predict the kick on the pallet, and he's gonna opt out on the bottom side of the map, playing around his fillers once again, and it's already been a minute sheep. I mean, this is looking pretty good for Pedro to win his 1 minute and 38.
Gastrix, but Pedro is still scouting his RNG. We see some nice fillers towards 6. We do have this old God Rock and a few things chaining in the mid-map, which could prove quite handy. But of course, we start at Shack Austin.
Yeah, and Pedro opting for the greed to not immediately vault again and tries to get the slow vault here. I thought I was going to be hit even on ping. I mean, the balls to do that on this ping is crazy from Pedro. And right here has a really good eye filler here. Might get body blocked here by Ro1z though, so that first hit might come through, but I think Pedro makes it right there, and Ro1z is not opting to swing as he knows that that wouldn't connect and gets the light off and finesse off, and that'll be the first hit evaded from Pedro here. It was looking a bit dicey on that eye palette, not gonna lie, but I mean, he does make it out here alive and well. And as Pedro pre-drops it and tries to go for the main building vault and gets it, Ro1z is unfortunately not hitting that. Pedro makes it all the way onto the backside of main, but not gonna opt for the drop, and instead going for the 11 palette right here, pre-drops it, and predicting Ro1z is not gonna fully unclose here and gets the vault through. I mean, he's just playing incredible right here and winning all the 50s as we speak, making it all the way back onto the TMS right here.
Yeah, and Pedro will be trying to hold that check spot around to make this T-wall. He will make it just in time, Pedro. Very, very safe here, apparently. The BAM, though, comes on out. Double BAM, actually. That's 2 vaults in a row to give us a zone away towards 9. I'm not too sure if Ro1z is going to swing. He has been playing like he isn't on the amount of ping we are. Once again, 170 to 190 is what we were expecting. It's exactly what we've gotten, and Pedro and Ro1z's bows are playing like they're on same ping. The swing through the pallet does not connect, but Pedro's jiggy does not work out in his favor, and that does mean our first tag at a minute 50. Ro1z now will be playing to get it down a lot quicker than that tag took. A 4-minute chase is going to be unbelievably impressive on the amount of ping we're on. The uncloak around this L wall means that Pedro will have to play a 50. We do win it this time around. The vault comes on out to our favor. The 5 arrow does not interrupt our passing either, so through the T we go. We double back though. Ro1z has been caught out on his movement, and Pedro will head towards 11. The vault delayed because of the ping. He's going to be able to play around his RNG to the same effect as Pedro. We do see, I believe that was a jungle gym I just caught out the corner of my eye at 5. And of course, Shack is placed in a pretty decent way. We see a very interesting mind game from Pedro so far. He's opted to go to the top side of Shack, bam, the window, and now Ro1z is just jigging all the way to 6. We have a filler here. I'm not too sure where Pedro has gone. I don't actually know if Ro1z has spotted him out just yet. He might be hot on his trail, and yeah, there he is, trailing behind from 6, has made it all the way to Ro1z at 8, and the vault with Lyth will give us some safety, but Ro1z is not using his Lyth to his full effect just yet. Pedro has kept him at this filler quite nicely, and unfortunately is just barely able to cut him off. The swing does connect as Ro1z tries to crouch around the corner, potentially bait Pedro into swing too far away, and yeah, that's the first tag at about 45 seconds. Ro1z will be able to play quite safely around this filler in the top mid section of the map. It's pretty safe off ping, and the greed from Ro1z does give him access to this filler here. Pedro is trying to play the standoff. Ro1z will get around, but we do see the walkthrough. Yeah, Ro1z gets the drop on the bad side, and oh no indeed, my friend.
Oh no indeed. 1 minute and 5 seconds. Mighty unfortunate from Ro1z this year.
Gonna have to win this one if he wants it to continue. Pedro 2-0 up and on the killer to start things off. We've seen some pretty early tags on the Oni tonight from him so far, and Austin, do we think we're seeing another?
I mean, I believe in my boy Ro1z here, but he is up against a really hot and rolling Pedro here. I mean, for today, 5-0 already, and maybe about to be in 6-0. So we'll have to see here. Ro1z is trying to play his heartbeat mind games here, and does do it correctly here. Ro1z is opting to leave the 4th pallet. You're trying to make it onto the bottom mid pallet. Doesn't win the 50, but does win the vault with finesse involved here. Does get a lovely light here back onto the I pallet gym. Probably gonna pre-drop it as he does not want to risk it on ping, and about to get hit. Oh, the ping comes through, and that is mighty unfortunate from Ro1z here, getting tagged on the I pallet. Oh no, this is really detrimental as he does not make top side or the main building right now, and does have to work with what he has on the bottom side. And with Shack drop, it's really unsafe here, and Pedro already popping his power here is going to probably ban this Jack window or not, actually. Royce is playing a bit cheeky with that slow of Pedro. He was just warming up before, but we'll have to see what Royce is able to do with this win condition here. And Pedro playing the heartbeat check spots here, and I mean does it well perfectly, gets a good draw onto this Jack here, and also gets a stun. I mean that's already an incredible start from Pedro right here. Royce is here not opting to break it, wants to zone Pedro on the bottom side, but is going to be quite a task here as Pedro does spot Royce is entering the shack and sends it through the mid map here. We'll have to see what filler he has here. Does play for the logs here and does opt out to run back onto bottom side as he has a really good filler up here. Not sure what he'll be able to do on ping though, but he does get a safe drop here. Already 45 seconds in Chief. I mean, he has an eye loop connecting to it, and with lights still up, I think it's lights out here. I mean, Pedro is just doing great from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, truly, it looks like Pedro has played perfectly all night. The ping hasn't even come into effect for him just yet, and yeah, we are
Not
only
Panic
5 seconds off. No Panic Vault there as well. That does buy him some access to this jungle at 3. We make the window. We have an an Ornamental connecting. We don't choose to play for that. We want to head back into the jungle, of course. A very safe resource, and with that being said, on the inside of the jungle now, Pedro has taken it 3-0. We still have a long chase to go on out with, so he will head on over to 1. This filler might be his first tag. We're going to have to see what Royce decides to do. Swinging right on through. Pedro looking at the ping potentially there, and wow, yeah, that's our first tag at 1 minute and 40 seconds.
I mean, yeah, a good tag from Royce is here, playing around the ping and getting that hit, but Pedro looking a bit dissatisfied with that pause there. Probably like what Chief said, checking on the ping, and Royce is popping power here. Does need to break the jungle gym right here, and Pedro not opting to run back to the Orman. Slowballs the jungle gym's window and actually wins the mind game here, and he's probably gonna blocks it even more. I'm not going back to the Ornamental until now. I would say now he probably needs to go, but getting the crouch around the corner, and actually Royce is falling for it, not getting down. He still does a pallet onto the mid map, but does not go for it. Pedro is doing God's work right here, wins the set, but 2 minutes and 25 seconds. What a way to end this night with a final score of 6-0 for Pedro here. I mean, really, really well played, I would say.
Yeah, as much as it, sucks to see the night already coming to an end, can we really be surprised? World #1 once again for a reason, and he's got to come show us some love sometime, maybe give us some lessons, because yeah, apparently still unable to keep up. But once again, I feel like Royce and Gestrix are probably going to walk away with this pretty happy, all things considered. One of those matches, especially that one on Trapper Gestrix versus Pedro, was seconds, millimeters away from being a different result, and that is what you love to see. We talked about it in our